And good morning, people. Welcome back to Might and Magic 10 Legacy. Looking out over the Iris Sea, calm, relaxed, after the intenseness that was Fort Laguerre. We still have a little bit left of this game. We've still got to go to Whitecliff. That will be the final area. However, during my plans for the post-game stuff, I deliberately set a dungeon between Fort Laguerre and Whitecliff because I sort of knew that Fort Laguerre was going to be quite intense. Didn't think it was going to be that much, but we are going into Limbo, and it is basically there just to give a bit of a breather, give a bit of a cool down before we actually go into something which is likely going to be just as intense. I do have my equipment back. That doesn't change the fact it's likely going to be just as intense. But we have the statue head here. Notice a small hole in the head's left eye socket. It's like something could be put here. We have the other eye of Goros. This is Goros, the statue. Let's put it in. And now we can enter Limbo. It's on the map. We can go there, but you have to have the other eye first. If you don't, you're stuck out here. One thing about Limbo before we go in though, Might and Magic games tend to place something like what we're going into their games. We're going into something very different. Say hello to Limbo, and you can already tell just from the decor this is like nothing in the Aegean Peninsula. And to get back, all you need to do is interact with the map. I've had a look at that map compared to the one I've got, and you can see the similarities. It doesn't have the names like the map on the wall does, but you can also see a few differences. I think the map on the wall is essentially a older version of this of the map that we have in front of us here. This was the original version. This is the final version. But anyway, let's go in and talk to Melvin here. He looks like an elf. He acts like an elf. He's not an elf. He's Melvin. The Limbo dungeon, though.
Oh, don't we have better things to do?
A lair of mysterious and powerful race called the Creators. They created him. They created us. They created everything around here. Be careful though, there's been reports of evil creatures from another dimension called Ubi monsters. Ubi monsters, who might have infiltrated the premises with hostile intentions. And the door opens. Our quest, whether we like it or not now, is to defeat all 6 Ubi monsters.
Humans love their little rooms and little corridors.
I just knew we would find some kind of developer's dungeon in this game.
Okay, if you want to break the fourth wall like that, go ahead. A phone.
Why heroes always kill goblins? Why not pick on someone else?
Okay, that's the first time I've heard that one. Usually it's a bunch of random nonsense, but that time, something a bit different. Not all doors open like the one I just did there, though. This one, you need a key. This one, we have a number. We'll get to that in a moment. And that one has something I want nothing to do with. Yeah, I'll explain to that very later.
Something is coming our way. Be ready.
Paper aeroplane. This room, we need a code, so we need to find that code.
Something is coming our way. Be ready.
Deep freeze on... is that Shayla? No, it's on Tina, so she's paralysed. Oh well. Glad I picked up my water flows freely. But the UB monsters here, Leslie is one of them, are not hard. I am going to put Burning Determination up just in case. But they're all classed as bosses. Oh, actually, this one's just focused. I thought it was a boss. Okay. So I can poison you if I wanted to. Nah. They don't have a whole lot of health. They don't have a whole lot of attack power. But I do want Shayla to take the last hit of 2 or 3 of these.
I'm no expert, but this looks valuable.
That gave her 12 additional experience points. I need roughly around 42 additional points, if possible, for later. So she's going to be taking the last hit of around about, actually most of the enemies here, if I can get it. Another door though. Looks like we were interrupting lunch. But there are chests as well. You're not going to come in here and just fight a few enemies, do talk to a couple of people and then go away. No. We do have treasure that we are going to pick up. Stephen here though, one of the developers, they all say random things. If we've enjoyed playing the game half as much as they've enjoyed doing it, then they've enjoyed it twice as much as we have. And now for something completely different. And Rene here's the doctor. Trust him. This code, is it the same one as what I wrote down earlier? Yes, it is. So 694-547-2381. Well, let's fight another Ubi monster.
Who forgot to take a bath?
If you're thinking it's this big Jaguar warrior, you'll be right.
Who forgot to take a bath?
This is Paul. He's a big guy. Let's do that. Do that. Oh, resisted. And do that. And...
No. It
Oh,
can't.
okay. Well, you are a Jaguar warrior star. It's not really surprising that you did some damage, like kill Iris. That's... Did you actually critical again? Yeah, I think you've critical done. Yeah, criticals. Let's revive her. And there we go.
Expert, this looks valuable.
But that's another 12 points for Shayla. I'm pretty much making these fights harder because I want Shayla to get the experience. It's actually almost... I wouldn't say it's essential that I do, but I would like it to happen. Larissa here? Robots were trying to drill her brain, but the pain mirror inflicted a DRA attack, leaving the robots as flaming piles of metal. Okay. To be honest, you're acting as a water elemental. Is there anything in there? Outside of water, of course. But if you look onto each of the screens, you will see that there's forum posts, there's posts of the website, there's posts of the game itself being developed. And Thomas here, never trust a smiling dungeon master. Very true. If that happens, run. Yeah, but we're seeing bits of the code, we're even seeing a couple of Google Sheets on there. It's very break the fourth wall here. Law wants to be a scour. Is never stressed. Yeah, a couple of screens. I believe that's the Elemental Forge. The maybe some concept art on the left one of the right one definitely is. It's the where you go in. Anyway, another ruby monster.
Be ready. Stupid.
Yeah, I can't really be bothered to actually just walk around the corner. Okay, wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I suppose we'll have to do. So 24 still. Carsten wants to build, or maybe he doesn't want to build. That's his question. And somehow Spike has arrived in Limbo as well. He's got out of that cage finally. Good on you, little boy. Stefan has become a Minotaur, and I think he's lost the ability to speak in a normal tongue. Marcus looks like he wants to play jokes. Three-headed monkey. Well, I've got to turn around, so I have to actually, because I need to go, but yeah, there's not one behind me. How about you, though? However, what was behind me is Angie. Didn't we see you last in Fort Laguerre? Looks like she's or he, is our riddle master. Yeah, brush up your riddle skills. Few little bits, and there's Moni here, who appears to be playing with paper aeroplanes. No plan survives the first encounter. Yeah, usually you need to go through it a few times. What are you reading? Looks like a map. And Johannes. In brightest day, in darkest dungeon, no evil shall escape my bludgeon. Nice play on the Green Lantern theme. This one should remove one of the key cards. No, not that one. Okay. Maybe it's another door I'm thinking of. Maybe it's this one over here. Aslam isn't crazy. The voices told him so. And still haven't got rid of it. Hey. Oh, there goes the alpha card. Or maybe it was this one that it took it away from.
Something is coming our way. Be ready.
Ah, hello there.
Something is coming our way. Be ready.
You are Helene. Pretty much a chakram dancer, aren't you? And as much as I want to kill you, I do need Shayla to get the experience, the extra experience. There we go. So that's 36. One more should be fine. Remember what your ma used to say. Always be on time. Very true. Especially if it's for a job interview or engagement or pretty much anything. Still thinking there, Helene. And the Balearic Fox. Magic is nothing without control. Considering you're in the shape of an orc warrior, I'll take your word for it. Lots more stuff, and this one is the beta key card. And yeah, I'm just filling in spots because why not? I believe this one takes away the Delta key card.
Something is coming our way.
No, the beta.
Be ready.
And we've taken out 4 of the Ubi monsters.
Something is coming our way.
Let's
Be
take out the
ready.
5th. And this is a mage. I'm just going to stand by the corner for this. Yeah. It's a Dark Prophet style, so Pain Reflection is a thing. Also has Cursing Strikes, but who cares about that? And you might as well just attack. Oh, you also have torpor. I actually didn't realise that one. And that went to Tina. Okay. I need to kill the last one with Shayla, I feel. Caro, may you live in interesting times. Because, well, really, the time you're living in should be the most interesting time. Don't want for the past or want for the future. Live for the day. Also, don't let magic cloud your mind. Nothing is as it seems. Considering that we appear to be in some sort of other dimension in space, in a fairly futuristic setting, talking to developers of a game that we're meant to be characters in. You could say that, Dennis. And the Sinner. Are you up for a game, a match of Archomage? Not sure what that one is. Or Might the Disbanding. A play on words from Magic the Gathering. And a tiny goblin. Keep smiling. And this dungeon is full of bugs. Are we exterminators? Well, I'd like to shoot you, but because you're a target, but it won't let me. And Akim here chose the wrong pill. Poor him. Essentially now, though, let's open that door with the Delta keycard. We have gone through all the doors that I can actually open. And it looks like I missed a spot down here. Fixed. What's now needed is ones for codes and ones for numbers. This one is not this code that we got earlier. As you can see. That code actually belongs to this door here. Question. This knight had a dream about flat planes floating through space. Strange, isn't it? Not if you know what the Might and Magic series is about. Looks like very early development over there. Ooh. And Patrick here. There's no place like 127.0.0.1. Those that will know IP addresses will know that as home. There's no place like home. However, he does give you a clue. You might not realise it, but he's given you the code to this door here. 127.0.0.1. And we are in this room. This room has a lot of references you might not realize it, but it does. It has references to binary, It has references to programming code. It has references to memory storage. At the moment, all these switches on the door, on the walls, are blue. They are all on. One of these equates to 1. 1 equates to 2, 1 to 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. All told, you add them all up, you reach 255. People that know what I'm talking about for programming code understand, and a few will know roughly what I'm talking about. I'm not getting it completely right, I will admit, but 255 with them all on, with them all off, is 0. So a total of 256. Those numbers we saw. We'll start with this one, 253. So if I find the one that has 2 and turn it off, that door will open, because at the moment these all add up to 255. I already know which ones are which. This one is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. This one will open the door, because now with the ones that are on equal 253.
This looks powerful.
There are a number of others. We have, let's go and look for them. There's this one, which is 59. This one, which is 147. This one, 248. And that one needed a door, a key. But there is also one more. You notice I didn't look at this chest. 162. So, we'll go for the 248 first, because that was leading to a chest, I believe. And that is, all of that side needs to be on. I need to turn 1, 2 and 4 off. And that should open, yeah, this door here. So 147 next. Let's put them all back to 1. I need 128 on, so that one needs to be on at 32, so 64 can turn off. That one's 32, so 16 can turn off, and everything on this side except 2. No, I just did the 164 one. That's looking at my notes wrong, but that should be this chest here. Or do I need to open the chest for the 147 first? Okay. Let's do the 147, which is 128, 16, 1 and 2. So 162, so 128, 32, that makes 160 and 2. Unless I'm getting it wrong and that one's 128. That's a possibility. Yeah. Okay, so this one's 128, my apologies. So this one's 128, 64, 32, 16. There we go, yeah. And keycard Epsilon. So yeah, my apologies. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Pretty much everything else still applies. But Epsilon does allow us to open this door.
Like this coming our way. Be
Forgot to
ready.
take a bath.
This is our final ruby monster. This is Gary. He's everything you would expect from a Kenshi. Except he hits actually a little bit harder.
Yes.
As you can probably see. That wasn't good.
Made this strong.
Oh well, I guess I'm just about to find out how much I'm away. I'm 6 experience away. Oh, knew it would. No, I knew it wouldn't work out as I planned. Oh well. But days here. Nothing is ever easy. Tell me about it.
Hope it's
My
not waste
skill is
of time.
improving.
We've saved them from the clutches of the Ubi monsters. We're true heroes. Now they can start working on the next Might and Magic adventure. But as the narrator would say, that's a story for another time. And yeah, 6 experience. That's why I wanted her to get the last hit on those enemies. Didn't quite make it. Okay, someone drew the developers as pandas. I guess that's a thing. And that's a lot of items. Not sure what that's meant to be, but for some reason it feels familiar. Not sure why. Anyways, I could get the 6 experience I want from this thing at the back here. It is an enemy that you can defeat. But I'm going to show you why I have no want to even touch it. So I need 32, 16, 1, 2, and 8.
Something following us. Ha! Stupid.
As you can see, this is a threat. You can actually walk straight up. Right?
Good time.
Yes, walk straight up to it. Okay, maybe I can't walk away. But the alien technology. This, if you know what this actually is the Ubisoft logo. It has pain reflection. It's its only skill. The problem with the alien technology and why I don't want to fight it, And that resisted, typical. Will you stop resisting? Yeah, crushing weight, this is why I kept them all this time. 15% of its current of an enemy's current health. Will you stop resisting?
Greg,
Thank
I
you.
need to hit something.
That did 7,521 health. It resisted 22,562 damage. Added together, that is 30,183 health. That is 15%. My calculations, and I could be completely wrong on this, but I don't think I am. That means that this alien technology has somewhere in the vicinity of 200,000 hit points. Now I could sit here for an amount of time and just hit it. It doesn't actually do anything back. It just sits there. It doesn't have any skills. It doesn't attack you. It doesn't do anything. You're mostly killing yourself with pain reflection, but yeah. I am not going to waste anyone's time and fight this thing. It can just sit here and rot. There's not really much point in me actually fighting it. It gives roughly the same amount of experience as a normal battle. True, in Shayla's case, that would give me the level. But the rewards for it, apart from that, are, I believe it gives you one of every potion. So it will give you one for all stats, one for resistance, maybe multiples. And possibly some restorative potions. But let's face it, that was, what, 7 rounds of hits? And I've done hardly anything to it. It pretty much resists 75% of every type of elemental damage and 50% physical. Actually, no, we'll just put no, 75 of everything. Just 75, straight up 75% damage reduction. Except in the case of Tino, it seems, which is 25. Oh well. But still, this would take so long that I'm not going to bother doing it. There's no point. I'm not going to waste anyone's time. This thing can sit here and rot until the end of time. If I had more ways to kill it, crushing weight is a very good way of actually going through that. Going through its health. I might consider it. But it would just take too long. I've only got, plus with its resistances of being 75%, that's what, 32.5% complete resistance. Yeah, I don't see the point. So yeah, let's head back to the Aegean Peninsula. That is Limbo. There isn't much to it. Just a few extra fights, a few extra little bosses. A number of items which I need to go and get identified. So I'll go and do that now. And I'll meet you in Carfell.
So that's where firewood is harvested.
Okay, let's see what we've got. I also have the items from Fort Laguerre that I actually didn't show you. The ones that I identified before going to Limbo. So we'll look at them first. Imperial Radiant or Radiant Imperial Crossbow. I actually believe that's better than your current crossbow, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So pretty much I've got an upgrade somehow. Who thought about that in this stage of the game? The rest of the items though aren't exactly impressive, well, for my group. Plus 5 levels to the Earth magic skill is fairly good. 18 armor resistance on the shield. It does require master though. I'm only at the expert level and I'm not going to get master. So the armor value would be nice, but I'd rather, to be honest, I'd rather have the resistances which on my current shield, and the evasion isn't exactly bad. 100% protection against curses. A master crossbow, which really isn't that helpful. This one over here is also a master crossbow, so can't use it. And the mace skill that we already knew about, that's the only one we did. What else did we get though? 100% protection against poison and resistance to all. You don't really need the endurance skill now, and the resistances are nice actually.
I'm not in the mood to talk, okay?
Yeah, because I don't really want to lose the light magic on these ones. I'd rather have something that gives light resistance, but you already have 59, so it should be fine. Protection against curses on another ring, and protection against knockout. Medium armor with protection against poison, not really helpful for me. I've got the medium armor I want. 9 spirit on some headgear though. Ooh. Nine spirit is what? 27 mana. That's actually a fair amount. Not that I need it, but it's not too bad. Poison protection ring and a surging spear. Gives mana surge. Not really that helpful. I'd rather keep the relentless one. Does have a couple of extra points of armor value. However, dark resistance I don't actually need right now. I need more light than dark. So giving up 8 light resistance to just gain 4 dark, plus all the other resistances I would lose, isn't really that, doesn't make 2 armor value worthwhile. Now if that was 12 to light, I might actually consider it. plus 5 levels to the two-handed. What do you currently have? You currently have might. No, we're definitely not. Just going to keep the might gauntlets. 5 levels of the mace skill. Don't have anyone that's got mace. 100% protection against paralysis. No, I'll keep what I've got. Plus 5 levels to the shield skill. The only person that would use it would be Shayla and feeble-minded and light magic. Nope. And finally, feedback, which resistance isn't too bad, but light magic, evade, axe skill, and two-handed. So, yeah. So there's not. There are a few nice items there. It's just for my group, they're not really that helpful.
I'm not in the mood to talk.
So let's sell all this stuff. To be perfectly honest, I don't think there's going to be anything here to buy either. So that's all that done. Next time we're going to go to Whitecliff. This episode was basically just to break up the two intense areas. Fort Laguerre for the reasons you saw, and Whitecliff because even though we've got our equipment back, the groups we're going to fight there are much larger. We're going to be fighting new enemies. We're going to be fighting larger groups of enemies. And once we go there, we cannot turn back. So next time, we're going to go to Scorpical. We're going to go to the Smuggler's Cove. We're going to talk to Rosalie. And we're going to go to Whitecliff to face Duke Oswind Unicorn. Until then, have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun. The party starts next time. Goodbye.